Welcome everybody out to the Project Walk kickoff video. This is specifically designed so that you and the group that you're going with can have an amazing project walk. And the purpose of the project walk is so that you can make sure the systems you're designing and planning for are actually implemented in the field. So let's do it and stay with this video. So it doesn't matter what kind of plan we have. It doesn't matter what our intentions are, unless we actually get it implemented in the field. Knowledge is not power. Knowledge and action is power. Implementation is power. There are so many people that know what they should do and they don't do anything with it. Project walks is where we actually get the rubber meeting the road and we get it done. The only way that it works to do that walk is if we have the right people at the right frequency implementing a common system that everyone's trained on and they're committed to hold people accountable. But what enables this is the right visuals. I noticed a long time ago when I was early in construction, when people would do walks, general superintendents, senior superintendents, they would walk around, hey, how you doing? You're doing good. And it was like a milquetoast, not very effective walk. And I realized it's because they don't have a takt plan, they didn't have zone maps, and they didn't have their look-aheads and weekly work plans to take out with them and have a discussion. And they didn't have a system that everyone was trained to use. But now, just like we shared in the last video on this channel, now we have our weekly work plans with our zone control maps, and you can go have a wonderful walk if you do it the right way. And so the purpose of this is to get it implemented in the field and have some feedback, and then come check in a month to make sure that that feedback is being implemented, and if not, find respectable and wonderful and professional ways to hold the team accountable. So to prepare for the job walk, you're going to need the right people there. You're going to need to tell the team, don't surprise them, and you're going to need your scheduled deliverables, just like I said, up to date, ready to go. We should be able to go out with that team in a specified duration of time with plenty of warning, with the right scheduled deliverables, and we are ready for the walk, as long as we're all bought into the same project delivery system or same operating system. I do want to say, as a part of this kickoff, please like and subscribe to the channel, because there's other videos that tie directly to this that I want you to have. Also, pause it at any time throughout this kickoff if you want to pause and make sure that you're set up. Like after I said this is what you need, you can pause, make sure you got that, and then play the video. The other thing is, text me at 1-602-571-8987 if you need any help or support. I will get back to you as quickly as I can. I want to help. I want this to work. So let me go ahead and tell you the steps one by one. Number one, establish connection with the team. Bring donuts, bring treats, bring crumble cookies. Well, you're going to create an eating disorder if you do that, but something to like create connection. Say hi to them, ask them how they're doing. Make sure to swamp them up on the back or give them a hug or a handshake, but connect with the team. Let them know that you're there because you care. Number two, always grab your personal protective equipment, be dressed properly, and whether they require safety glasses or not, wear your safety glasses, be in full gear, be ready to go, and set a great example for safety. If there's a check-in, check in. If there's an orientation, take it. If there's any requirements on site, do it. Set a good example. Safety is our first value and priority. Three, like I said, go ahead and get your current look-ahead schedule, weekly work plan with your zone maps. Everybody have a printed copy or have it on your iPad, and make sure that you're ready to go so that we're looking at data. And if you have an operating system, one of the things I like to do is turn that operating system into a scorecard so that I can evaluate each component as I go. It's remarkable. Four, set expectations for the walk. We're going to walk such and such building, or all the buildings, or we're mainly looking for this, or what is the conditions of satisfaction for this walk? Make sure that's clear. Five, Before you leave the trailer, check the emergency response plan. This seems like a pet peeve of mine, but it's not. You must make sure that every project has a way to quickly and thoroughly respond to emergencies. So you're going to check that. You're going to check your right to know area. Make sure your SDSs are current and complete. That's your safety data sheets. And make sure that anything that's needed from a functional standpoint for safety is there at the trailer ready to go. 6, and I know this sounds silly, but you get to do it because you're a leader. Now you get to do the hard things. Immediately walk to the bathrooms. Go to the restrooms that those workers and foremen use. Open every door. Check to make sure there's toilet paper. Make sure there's no graffiti. Check to make sure they're clean enough and that there are hand wash stations there. That is the first sign of a job in trouble. And that's your first opportunity to capture the concept of respect for our craft and to really set an example. And if there are any action items, take care of them immediately as you go. 7, then walk around the project, and as you go, and as you're looking at the schedule, and as you're looking at your zone maps, always be watching for these 3 things. 1, cleanliness and organization, and if items need to be fixed, make sure it's written down. 2, safety. If there are any safety opportunities that we need to correct, we fix it as we go and we write it down. 3, schedule. If there's anything that deals with the schedule that we need to write down and correct, we do it as we go. Now, the worst thing that can happen, the third rail, the absolute like nightmare of a field walk is when you look to the people you're walking with and they're distracted. They're on their phones. They're like, oh, what? Wait, what? Or they're off having side conversations. Or they're having a really just antsy moment and they're not focused. That's the time where you're like, hey, everybody, come on, let's focus right here. The other thing that's just killer and just horrible for these field walks is when you're like, hey, can somebody write this down? And they're like, no, I got it, I can remember it. Oh my gosh, like that is the worst thing that can happen. No one can remember. So the immediate conversation is, hey, love you. You can't remember. I'd like you to write it down. No, I got it, I promise. I will refuse to continue this walk unless you write it down. Everything that we come up with, I want written down. No one can remember. Please don't try. Please respect my time. That is crucial. Don't leave anything to chance. Everything you think of and correct, it gets written down. 8. As you're going, review your operating system. If you decided on remarkable worker conditions, onboarding and orientation, if you have certain procurement systems, if you have certain systems that deal with logistics, if you have whatever systems you have to deliver your project according to lean construction, audit those as you go and as you check your schedule. 9, either in the field or back at the office, check your procurement log and make sure that material procurement is tracking to the schedule on time and that the system is working. 10, if you have time, check into a meeting, observe, see how the natural morale of the job site is, and make suggestions to the project team. 11, make sure you as a team know your action items and that somebody is assigned to them and that there is a path forward to accomplish them. This should be reviewed daily and especially weekly in the weekly team meetings. When you're done with the visit, schedule your next visit and say, hey, these are the things that we expect to be done by next time. Let us know what support you have and make sure it's on the calendar before you leave. Then when you're done, I highly recommend sending an update email of the observations and the action items. And remember that this is an opportunity to model behavior. So whatever you would expect them to do, do in the moment. If you expected them to use a text chat or to actually send pictures on WhatsApp, do it as you go. If you expect them to use the schedule and to be making notes, do it as you go. Model the behavior. We should be modeling these behaviors so that the project team can really do well when you're not there. So these walks are crucial. And if you have a team that's bought in, and if you have even a little bit of a desire to help them, based out of respect, and you'll hold them accountable, and you're all on the same page by way of expectations, your project will improve. And so I just want to leave you with saying, you can do this. Stay focused, be prepared, and really elevate that job every time you leave. Everybody wants your feedback. Do not stay silent. Speak up, help that team. You're going to drive great progress. I know you can do it. I'm going to leave you the outline in the description below, and I hope you've enjoyed this video. On we go.